Well, hello everybody and welcome back into the Bear's Den for week 12. Week 12 with these AeroGardens. Absolutely fantastic. And on week 12 it's pretty much going to be a wrap up of the little project, because pretty much most of the plants that were started in there are heading outside. Really all we're going to have left to update is that bad brains. So I think we'll just do occasional bad brains checks. But otherwise, yeah, the weekly progress reports on this I think are probably done for now. It has been an absolutely fascinating toy to have helping me in the garden, and yeah, I couldn't be happier about having gotten it. But with all that said, let's take a look at what is growing on in the gardens now and what is soon to be headed outside to the real gardens. Yay! So over here in the Harvest Elite, we have the Bad Brains pepper that I was just talking about. Got some discoloration going on a few of these leaves. Seems to drop some of the larger leaves every time I give it a shake to try and pollinate the flowers. Speaking of which, I saw a couple that were open here the other day. So I'm just above my pinky there. Hopefully you can see that. And if I get in there, there's another one that's open there. So hopefully all of this wiggling and jiggling that I'm doing will get those pollinated. Be the bee, not the bear, or be the bear being the bee, however that works best. Either way, I'm hoping for the best. Like I said, we'll do occasional updates on that, but probably not going to be much until I actually see a little bad brain pepper bomb on there. Here we've got one of the Thai basils that came out of that is kind of acting as a stand for my sticky trap. And then we have the seed tray. These last two little orange habaneros. I did let this one live. I'm not quite sure why, but whatever. It can do its thing. This one's looking alright. It seems so big here in the seed starting tray, but if I transplanted it down to under the shop lights, it would be quite tiny. Recently had a third sage pop up. Doesn't look like anything's going to come of those echinaceas. The marigolds as well, the marigolds here as well aren't really doing much. And I'm not seeing anything yet from the last batch of pepper seeds that I put in there. But I've recently given it some fresh nutrients. I never did wash it all up and all of that like you're supposed to, but I have kind of constantly had plants in here, so this is those pepper seeds there, I should say, the last things that I'm putting in here until I do give it a good cleaning, which will include taking out old roots and all that stuff, resetting the timer on it, and I may or may not put the herb kit in there for a few months and let them just grow. Still kind of undecided, because at the same time I could also clean it up, start again, and keep working on developing my pepper jungle with all of those different varieties that I have stashed away in my seed tray. So yeah, that's really all that's growing on in the AeroGardens at the moment. But under the shop lights, well, under the shop lights in my little makeshift shelf and insulated bag tent, these transplanted pepper starts seem to be doing really quite well. I mean, there are a couple of smaller ones in here, but that's an orange habanero. It's a very recent transplant. Also an orange habanero. For the most part, things are doing alright and seem to cover the cup. We've got a lot of open flowers on some of these lemon habs. This one's got 4 flowers on it, but I bet you if I wiggle it, that one in the middle will fall off. So I'll just stop touching stuff right now. But these shop lights have done a fantastic job. You see, it's kind of not getting the plants at the very end there. I probably should lift it up a little bit, but these guys are going out soon, so not much point in that. I'm going to choose the best of each variety that I've got, like the butch tea, the Trinidad Scorpion butch teas, I should say, an orange hab, a red hab, a yellow hab, here a hab, there a hab, everywhere a hab. But those are going to be the only plants that really stay in here. And right now I'm looking at 8-inch planters, but I'll show you all that when we get to it, because that will be the Bear's Den. So we'll still do bear's den updates, right? But not necessarily so focused on the AeroGarden. And I may just start bringing some other plants in here too. I'd love to have some spider plants in here because they just really, I don't know, I enjoy having spider plants in my environment. It's probably why I clone so darn many of them, you know. But, you know, as we can see, there's not a lot to report other than some discoloration and a lot of growth and a very, very exciting start to the pepper season. The ones down in the dungeon mostly are still alive, and I am looking forward to getting them outside so that natural predators can have their way with them. But these guys, so far, just those few fungus gnats and the sticky trap seems to have done the deal with them. No aphids. Shh. Say it quietly. But yeah, I'm thrilled. Apparently this room was a sterile environment long enough that those little buggers are gone now. Fantastic. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to make myself play with one of these anyway. Let's pull this one out and take a look at how its roots are doing. Some of these have some pretty decent root growth going on. Some of them not so much. That, surprisingly, is one of the not so much ones. Let's check one of these ones beside it here. It's a Caribbean red. And you see we've got a nice dangler going on there. So I think having that little party cup size transplanting thing is going to be really handy this year with so many things coming out of these cups. I couldn't have asked for a handier tool, and it was like, what, $4, $5, so yeah. Getting excited about getting on using that. That bad brains in the back there. That would be a good one for a little root examination. I've lost a lot of leaves on this one as it's been kind of aging in the cup, which I suspect means I probably should have transplanted into something larger by now. So does that. But you can definitely see on the one with the hair tie, giving them that extra room to grow downward really does help, because the other ones we looked at, you saw that the roots were kind of wrapped around and in some cases even going up the inside of the cup, which can't be good for the plant. So that might even be the reason for some of this discoloration. I don't really know. You know, I'm just a guy who's trying stuff, having fun, sharing the results. And on that note, I guess we'll wrap things up, kind of looking down between the shop lights here at, I swear, some of the nicest pepper starts I have ever had. A lot of variations in green that we can see from this angle. So, not quite sure what's up with that. Everything's getting the exact same nutrients at the same time and water in between. So, yeah. Guess just different plants use things at a different rate. It is what it is. Alright everybody, well thank you so much for joining me as we take a look at all of these starts from that AeroGarden project. My final opinion, I'm thrilled that I finally got it. So, yes, there may be a random video coming in the next couple of days. If not, there will be an update on Sunday as I'm starting to get more and more stuff outside. So, yeah, hopefully I'll chat at you guys on Sunday. Take care, everybody.